You know what hurts her more than you disappearing? It's the 9 emotional phases she cannot escape once you're truly gone. She believed you were permanent. She believed your patience had no limit and your loyalty had no expiration date. She assumed you would always stay, always explain, always fight to keep her. But the moment you leave, creating no arguments, no begging, no emotional speeches, something inside her fractures. And it's not a single feeling. It's a chain reaction, a psychological collapse made up of 9 distinct stages that hit her far harder than she ever imagined. This isn't about punishment. It's about consequence. It is about what happens in the human mind when someone realizes they took a person for granted. From the shock of losing control to the unbearable weight of silence, every stage forces her to confront a truth she refused to see when you were still there. Today, I'm breaking down all 9, and, by the end, you'll understand why your absence now speaks louder than your presence ever did. If this message resonates, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support genuinely keeps this channel alive. Here's what most people misunderstand about rejection. It's not about losing you. It's about losing control over you. When you disappear, the first emotion that hits her isn't sadness. It isn't regret. It's shock, raw, unfiltered shock. Because in her reality, you were predictable. You were the one who always came back, always tried harder, always adjusted yourself to keep the connection alive. You were her emotional constant. So when you vanish without warning, her internal narrative collapses. She refreshes her phone, checks her messages, watches to see if you viewed her story, looks for any sign that you still care. And when there's nothing, no reaction, no explanation, that's when the pain hits. Not the soft ache of missing someone, the sharp realization of being rejected by someone she assumed would never leave. She believed you were always available, and suddenly, you're not. That assumption shatters. Here's what's happening in her brain. When someone feels guaranteed, they stop investing effort. Not intentionally. Subconsciously. It's how humans conserve emotional energy. You became her safety net, not because she was cruel but because you felt secure. When you remove yourself, you don't just leave her life, you rip away her sense of emotional stability. She thought she understood you. She thought your love meant endurance without limits. Your absence proves her wrong, and that doesn't feel like sadness. It feels like freefall. Now, let's address something most men avoid admitting. Many men stay not because they're deeply loved but because they're afraid to be alone. They confuse comfort with connection, routine with commitment. And women feel that energy. They sense when you're staying out of fear instead of desire. That's why she felt safe taking you for granted. Your presence said, "I'll accept anything." And that silent message cost you respect. This isn't blame, it's clarity. And clarity is freedom. I see you. The man who gave more than he received, who showed up when she stopped trying. Loving deeply wasn't weakness. Forgetting yourself was the mistake. Now pay attention, because this is where most men sabotage everything. They leave, then explain. Long messages, emotional breakdowns, justifications. And in doing that, they hand the power right back. Silence is strength. When you leave without explanation, without closure, without giving her the satisfaction of knowing she still affects you, you force her to sit with the consequences alone. No argument to win. No narrative to rewrite. Just absence. Don't explain. Let your absence speak. You didn't reject her worth. You rejected being taken for granted. After the shock fades, something deeper settles in emptiness. She told herself she'd be fine. She probably told her friends she didn't need you, but they pass, and her world feels hollow, quiet, missing something she can't name. You weren't just a person. You were a presence, a specific emotional energy, and it's irreplaceable. Psychology calls this loss aversion. The pain of losing something is twice as strong as the pleasure of having it. That means your absence hurts more than your presence ever satisfied her. She reaches for her phone to text you, then remembers. She has a bad day and you're gone. A song plays and the memories hit. Tiny moments. Constant reminders. She can't talk about it. Admitting she misses you means admitting she was wrong. Pride won't allow that yet. Meanwhile, some of you are missing her too. You left physically but not emotionally, and that's the difference between walking away and letting go. Real strength is staying gone, even when it hurts. Then curiosity takes over. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? You've become a mystery, and the human mind hates unanswered questions. Psychology calls this the Zeigarnik effect, and finish stories loop endlessly. Your silence turns you into an unresolved chapter. She checks your social media, but there's nothing. No posts, no updates. You've gone dark, and the unknown drives her insane. She imagines you moving on, being happier, giving someone else what she dismissed. Here's the truth: your mystery becomes your power. Eventually, curiosity turns into action. She reaches out casually, not to reconnect but to test access. Hey, how are you? And this is where everything shifts. The old you would respond instantly. The new you doesn't. And that silence flips the dynamic completely. She's now waiting, wondering, losing certainty. Most men reply for validation, to prove they mattered, but power never needs proof. Then jealousy sets in. She imagines you with someone else. Neuroscience shows jealousy activates the same brain regions as physical pain. This stage hurts her physically. She compares herself, rewrites the past. Regret creeps in quietly during lonely nights. Some of you are hoping for her regret, but healing doesn't require her suffering. It requires your growth. She starts playing games, posting, showing off, trying to provoke a reaction. Intermittent reinforcement. But you don't engage. Indifference breaks control. Your silence becomes its own language. Not punishment. Boundary. Eventually, fear hits. Real fear that you might be gone forever. This is when she reaches out sincerely, apologies, vulnerability, promises. But understand this: fear motivates reaction, not growth. The real victory isn't her return. It's your peace. You didn't walk away to change her. You walked away to reclaim yourself. So here's the real question. When she comes back, will you be strong enough to stay gone? Because being chosen out of fear isn't love. It's settling. These 9 stages aren't revenge. They're proof of the power you had all along, the power to choose yourself. If this message hit you, like the video, your silence isn't cruelty. It's self-respect.